Hello students, so in the previous class we had discussed about what is motion, what is the distance as well as displacement. So I had given you a problem where suppose say that I'll just recap once again whatever I have told, then I'll come to that problem. If this is a straight line A and B and the distance between this, if it is 10 km, then traveling from A to B, if I go from A to B, distance will be 10 km, but displacement will also be 10 km because the distance between the initial point and the final point is 10. Suppose after going from A to B, if I come back to A, then the distance will be 10 plus 10, 20 km. Whereas the displacement, the distance between the initial point and the final point, since both are the same, the displacement will be 0. So, like this, when I take a circular track, when I consider a circular track, this does not look exactly like a circle. Okay. When you consider this circular track, suppose if I start from here, if this is the starting point, this is a circular track. Suppose if I start from here and if I run, usually you would have seen the circular track will be of 200 meters or 400 meters. So if we take this to be a 400 meter circular track, so what happens is, so the distance covered after one round will be 400. So first round I would have travelled 400 meters. Similarly, second round, again the distance will be same, it will be 400, but after 2 rounds it will be 800 meters. So first round 400, since the distance is the same, so if I run this or if I complete the second round, I would have covered 800 meters in total. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ರೌಂಡ್ ಹೊಡೆದಕ್ಕೆ 400 ಮೀಟರ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರೌಂಡ್ ಹೊಡೆದಕ್ಕೂ 400 ಮೀಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ನಾನು 800 ಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಹೊಡೆದಿರ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ if I want to calculate what is the displacement, since I've started from here, after completing 2 rounds, I again come back at the same point or at the same position. So my displacement or my final position and initial position will be the same. Hence, displacement will be 0. So this is distance, whereas the displacement will be 0 since the initial position and the final position are the same. Suppose I run one complete round and next I'll just run half. So I'll stop here. Now the distance that I've covered will be initially one round 400, next half, that is 200. So the distance will be 600 meters. But if I want to calculate the displacement, it's not 200 because the shortest distance is from here to here. So if I take a circle, if I start from here and if I go to the other side, this will not be the displacement, the shortest distance. So this will be the displacement. So the displacement is nothing but diameter. So here the displacement is diameter if I come to the other side or other end of the circle. So if I want to calculate the diameter, I know what is the circumference. Since it is 400 meter circular track, since this is 400 meter circumference will be 400 meters. That is nothing but 2 pi r is equal to 400. So if I want to calculate r, it is 400 by 2 pi. So nothing but 200 by pi. So this is the radius, but I don't want the radius, I need diameter. So diameter is nothing but twice the radius. So it is 2 into 200 by pi, that is 400 by pi. So this is the displacement. So the displacement here is 400 by pi. So don't get confused. So this is not the displacement, this is the displacement. So similarly, as I told in the previous classes, if I take a triangle, equilateral, consider this to be an equilateral triangle. If this is 10, this will also be 10 and this will also be 10. So if I take 10 meters, 10 meters, 10 meters, A, B, C. So if I start from A to B and if I go to C, so the distance will be 20 because this is the distance, but the displacement from the initial point to final point, this will be the shortest distance. So displacement will be, I need to calculate, so this will be the displacement, that is 10 meters. What happens when I go from A to B and I travel half of BC? So in that case, this will be 5, this will be 5. The total distance will be 10 plus 5, 15 meters. But whereas the displacement will be the shortest distance. So this will not be the shortest distance. The shortest distance is this. That is the height. So I need to calculate what is the height of the triangle. So you can do it in two different methods. So I will leave this for you. I will just give you the steps how you can do it. So one way is using the area of equilateral triangle. So we know that area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 a square, where a is the side of the equilateral triangle. So this is also equal to half into base into height. I know what is a. A is 10. So root 3 by 4 into 10 square is equal to half into base is 10. So I need to find out what is the height. So you can do the simplification. So one more method is using Pythagoras theorem. So if we use Pythagoras theorem, if you consider this to be D, then AB square, this is hypotenuse, AB square is equal to BD square plus AD square. So AB is 10 square, BD this is 5 square. So using this you have to find what is AD. So this will be the height. So either of the two methods you can use to find the height of the triangle. So this is about displacement. So we need to be very careful in calculating displacement. If you know how to calculate displacement, so the next concepts that we will be discussing, that is velocity, will be easy. So before that, what is a uniform motion? Suppose say there are two positions or there are 2 points A and B. So this is at a distance of 100 km. In between this A and B, there are many other cities or many other small villages. So A and B are two cities. So in between these two cities, let's say there are some three small villages. So X, Y and Z. So these are at, okay, let's take this to be at equal distance from each other. So 100 is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be 25 kilometer, 25 kilometer, 25 kilometer, 25 kilometer. So if I start from A, and if I go to X, so distance is 25 kilometer. So if I take the time, so if I going on bike and if I take say 30 minutes to travel from A to X. Similarly, if I want to go from X to Y, and that is at a distance of 25 kilometers. So if I take the same amount, that is 30 minutes. Similarly, Y to Z, it is 25 kilometers, and let the time required be same, 30 minutes. Last, Z to B, 25 kilometers. I require 30 minutes. So, if you look in this situation, to travel 25 kilometers from each place, from A to X, X to Y, Y to Z and Z to B, all are at equal distance, that is 25 kilometers. So I require the same amount of time, that is 30 minutes. So for traveling a distance, the time required is same. So in such cases, it is said to be, or the object is said to be traveling in uniform motion, because it is same. This need not be the same. It does not mean that all the distance and time should be the same. Not necessary. If suppose say, if I skip this Z, then this distance will be, instead of 25, it will be 50 kilometers. Even now, so instead of traveling from Y to Z, I take Y to B. This is at a distance of 50 kilometers. So if you see this, the distance is doubled. So here it is 25. So now it has become 50. So it is double. So if the time instead of 30 minutes, if it is 1 hour, because time is also doubled. Since the distance is doubled, time is also doubled. Then when in this situation, it is traveling with a uniform motion. If instead of 1 hour, if it would have taken 50 minutes, then here that distance is doubled, but here the time is not doubled. So it is not traveling in a uniform motion. So you saw what is a uniform motion. Next, suppose A, B, and this time I take only 1 point. So this is okay. So let's take 50 kilometers. 50 kilometers. So to travel from A to C, that is 50 kilometers. I take 1 hour. But to travel from C to B, if the road is good, I may travel in 40 minutes, or I might take 15 minutes. So here the distance is same, but the time is not same. So this is non-uniform motion. So here you would have come across this non-uniform motion in your day-to-day life. That is, when you go for walking. So initially you will be with too much of enthusiasm, you will walk with some speed, but over a period of time, after traveling some 30 minutes or some 20 minutes, so you will get tired, so the speed will reduce. So that is an example for non-uniform motion. Even when you are going on bike, so you can't keep the accelerators constant, so it will be varying, and the time required will vary because of different factors. It might be because of the road. If the road is good, so you will travel with some speed. If the road is not good, then obviously the speed will reduce. So there is variation in time that is required. So the time that is required is different. Hence, the object is said to be traveling in non-uniform motion. So here, if you see, this is 1 hour and this is 50 minutes. So let's take one more time, where to travel this AC I require 1 hour, but travel from C to B if I require 2 hours. So what is the average speed? How do you calculate average speed? So if you want to calculate average, so it means that you need to take both the distance. So average speed. Average speed is nothing but total distance by total time. That is total distance. 50 plus 50. 50 plus 50 time, that is 1 plus 2. So it is 100 by 3. That is nothing but 33.33 kilometer per hour. So this is the average speed. So if you want to calculate average speed, you need to take total distance that you have covered divided by total time. So here the total time 1 hour and 2 hours. So you need to add both of this. So you will get 3. That is 100 by 3. 33.33 kilometer per hour. So this is the average speed. So till now you just saw what is speed and what is average speed, displacement, distance. So what happens if I say, okay, I am traveling some 10 kilometers in particular direction. So if I mention that, then the data changes, because I am saying, okay, I traveled 10 kilometers in the east. So after traveling 10 kilometers, I turn towards my right and I move some 20 kilometers. So what is, how much, like how far I am from my starting point. So here I am giving the direction and I am giving also the distance. If I give the time also, then it gives us a new quantity or a new aspect or a new definition, that is velocity. Something that has speed as well as direction is called as velocity. So we will discuss about the velocity with some examples in the next class. So till then, thank you. Have a great day.